Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 41 of Trading to a Million by JPS Trading, 28th of October 2020. This is a Wednesday. And I've just started the video a little bit later than expected here, and I've just got a small long position, as you can see here. Obviously, daylight savings is throwing a few things a little bit different at the moment, but I saw a bit of weakness towards the close of trade, which was roughly about just after 8 a.m. So I just decided to pick up a small allocation there and let that proceed. So look, it's trading pretty, I'd say, modestly at the moment. Like, there has been some interest to the upside, but nothing is sort of moving too aggressively as of yet. But what we saw broader in the global futures, as I've got that chart next to my screen here, there is quite a lot of selling pressure going in. So we were getting pretty close at the time towards the, well, obviously everyone's aware of this at the moment, the presidential election, and people are sort of wondering, what effects this is going to have on the economy, the share market, and just overall livelihood as well, which is fair. But look, now the market looks like it's just about to start resuming trade. We're getting pretty close to here, roughly about 9 a.m. So domestically, we were looking for a stronger open here. So just providing an update here. So just that weakness that just came towards the close of the trade in the US really played really well here for this position, which has just been picked up nicely. So I'm not hoping, but I feel like there's more of a likely chance that when the US futures reopen, they're probably going to open in more of a modest territory towards the upside, which will obviously benefit this position more. So off a very small position, we're up about 20 points at the moment, which is great. Obviously, just coming back a little bit now as these open, but I've got quite a strong buffer at hand at the current time, so I'm pretty happy to hold that. So even when it retraces back, which it is at the moment, we've still got quite a bit of breathing room. And being, a reasonable week this was, I'm okay even if this goes into a little bit of a negative territory, as I was pretty confident that we're going to have a pretty strong open. But obviously we will see what happens. As we know, the market can throw anything ahead of us. I'm sure you guys have been seeing the videos and seeing some pretty crazy things happen. Especially October was probably one of my craziest most difficult months actually. I know you guys probably saw a few losses and everything like that, and that's part of trading. Hopefully you guys, I guess, learned something, like not in terms of learned how to do the losses, but probably saw from my point of view something that maybe you shouldn't have done, which is fine. Look, now we're getting pretty close, well, just after about 9 here, so obviously we're getting pre-market trading coming in a little bit more aggressively. We're really looking for, obviously, 9.50 when the volatility really starts picking up. But at the moment, obviously, the US is trading around look, I've got a key level here marked out in green on the right side, so 33.70, which, look, it might hold, it may not hold, but I'm pretty confident that there's going to be some interest around those levels, which it looks like it's retesting at the moment. So I obviously would like this to push further to the upside, obviously. Look, we're getting to roughly pretty close, about 10 minutes away from 9:50 Australian Eastern Standard Time. So we will see how this opens, and I'll provide you an update. But this week is going to prove to be quite volatile, as we can expect. So just before about 9:50, there's a bit of selling pressure, which isn't the greatest sign, if I do say myself, that I've probably said in previous videos. If a market is pricing in that a few minutes before, it's not the best. But we did get the open, and we are getting some buyers' interest at the moment, so that's fine. And obviously, as you can see there, the initial selling pressure, which it could be, it's just following the US futures from their early trade. Obviously, the domestic futures haven't been open until about 9:50, so they tend to follow kind of what the US did and then move to their own sort of trend from that point of view. So look, Obviously, the domestic futures that I've got here, I've marked out here as well, roughly about 6,000. It really looks like a key level from a historic chart that I've looked at, which I can go into a little bit detail in further videos, but I just like to mark key levels on that and then just use that for my benefit. So in this time, leading up to about 10, it is quite a strenuous amount of time to be waiting in anticipation for the position to be moving. Obviously either this is going to result in a profit or a loss. But I stopped the video because nothing was really moving, and I've just provided you an update. It's about 10:30, almost 10:40 at the moment. So as you can see here, the position has moved quite nicely in my favor, which is fine. I've got a 30-minute chart on the side as well. I would like this to continue moving, but trading on this day did prove to be relatively slow. I do like to be out. If I can get out just after 10, I'm pretty happy with that. But if the trade's gonna drag out a little bit longer, obviously it's not ideal. Some people ask why that is, why you'd like to be done by then. Look, if I'm being completely honest, obviously like everyone else has day jobs as well. I'd much rather be out sooner rather than later, because I don't want variables to counteract my position, or variables that I have to account for that when I'm trying to focus on work that I have to be aware of. I'd rather just be out sooner rather than later in terms of that, even if it means that potentially taking a loss that could have been a profit. It's just not worth it at the end of the day, I find. But look, providing you an update a little bit further, now we're getting into roughly about 11, which, look, if I'm being completely honest, on this channel, this is probably the latest my trades have ever gone. And this was just a really gradual update, which is fine, but it's not strenuous. It leaves me on edge, because I'm just waiting for a move to happen, and the likelihood it's probably not going to be in my direction. But look, this has worked out reasonably well on a Wednesday, so I'm pretty happy with this. So I've just got a buy order in, a sell order in, just to cover my profits at roughly about $180, $170. So if it does want to break down back to those levels, then I'm going to be pretty happy to take out. But if it's going to continue moving, I'll let it do that. So a good position to be in is, obviously always attempt to cover your profits, and put yourself in the position where it's not a question if you're going to make money, it's more of a question of how much money you're going to make. That's a great position to be in terms of that. Obviously it'd be great if it just continues going vertical. But look here, we're just going to decide just to take in this profit here, which you'll see here. I'm just going to lock in about $180 thereabouts, and we're just going to take out our buy order. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.